Winter road trips are amazing, but staying warm in your camper van, now that can be a challenge. Today we're talking about one of the best value ways to stay toasty on the road, diesel heaters. We'll dive into how diesel heaters work, why they're a game changer for van dwellers, and we'll share our tests of this heater that we think is currently great value for money. So stick with us.
Don't forget to check out our other videos on everything campervan and motorhome related, from solar to water, heating to gadgets, tyres to trips. If you like this video, please do hit the thumbs up, it really does help me to know what you like, and you can ask any questions or give feedback in the comments. If you want to make sure you don't miss any of our future videos, please hit the subscribe button, and clicking the bell will give you a notification when a new video goes live. Finally, if you do decide to hit the thumbs down, it would be great if you could also leave a comment so I know what you didn't like.
Whether you're braving the cold for a winter adventure or just extending your camping season, this simple upgrade can make all the difference. Ready to keep your van cosy all year round? Let's get into it.
Installing a diesel heater is a pretty simple task, needing a connection to a power source, a fuel tank, and the combustion air intake and outlet routing to the outside of the vehicle. And this is one of the reasons diesel heaters are a popular choice, as all the combustion circuit uses air from outside and expels the fumes outside. When fitted correctly, they are very safe. And here are some other pros. If you're driving a diesel van, you already have a fuel source with you. The blown air heats the space of a van very quickly. They can be controlled usually by remote or Bluetooth control. There are some very low cost options and they are pretty easy to install. As with all things, there are things to be aware of that may be cons for you. It does require a power source. In our case, we're using our 12 volt system and the demand on that would be greater than 10 amps on startup. There is a fan noise when the heating is running, so it's not always great for use when sleeping, and for some manufacturers, parts can be harder to obtain than for other heating options. For the purposes of this video, we'll be using the Croac F1 diesel heater, which is from the same manufacturer as the H-Calorie range, which we've used a number of heaters from, and been very impressed. At its current discounted price and being available in the UK warehouse for rapid delivery, it is a great option. You can find the product link and an exclusive further discount code in the video description. Let's take a look at what you get with it. There's an optional dedicated fuel tank, the fittings for this are inside it, mounting plate and instructions, the heater itself, control panel and remote control, wiring loom, exhaust and silencer, air inlet and filter, fuel pump and pipe, air outlet ducting and vent, and all the fittings you need to install it. Personally, I prefer to use a turret plate like this one for mounting. These are available separately. They protect the material you're mounting the heater through, but if used correctly and any flammable materials are kept a good distance from the exhaust, the supplied flat plate can be used. So you can see the process of installation. I'm going to mount the heater to this workbench as if it were the floor of a van. Please make sure you follow the instructions provided with your heater, as all may not be the same. My first top tip is to remember that the mounting plate isn't symmetrical, so make sure you mount it the right way up. Once you have the hole cut in your floor, you can mount your plate using a suitable sealant is also a good idea. Once securely mounted, you can connect the fuel line, exhaust and air inlet pipe using the clips provided. Make sure you connect the exhaust and the air inlet to the correct ports as detailed in the instructions. This can be quite fiddly underneath the van, which brings me to my second tip. If you can access the mounting holes on the mounting plate with the heater already mounted to it, then it's a lot easier to connect the fuel line, exhaust and air inlet before mounting the plate. The exhaust and air intake should be securely mounted away from each other and with the exhaust away from any vents leading into the living space. The exhaust silencer has a small hole to allow moisture to drain out. This should be at the bottom of the silencer when mounted. The air filter should be fitted to the air intake pipe. Some like to replace the supplied green fuel pipe with the more rigid clear pipe, but we've never had a problem with the green. Remembering that the exhaust pipe is going to get very hot, it's important to ensure the fuel pipe is kept well away from it, so I've used one of the supplied cable ties to do this. Back inside the van, the hot air outlet pipe can be added and then routed to where you want your vents. This kit comes with a splitter to enable up to 2 outlets. When connecting the fuel, make sure to look for the flow direction arrow on the pump and the fuel filter and ensure they're installed in the right orientation. And don't forget to fit the fuel pump into its rubber mounting before connecting the pipe. Gently warming the fuel pipe makes it easier to connect. The wiring loom connects the power source, heater, fuel pump and control panel. All have unique sockets to make this easy. I recommend laying it out first and where possible keep the power lead as short as possible to avoid voltage drop. The kit comes with a 20 amp fuse installed, which is another demonstration that you can expect to see higher than 10 amps demand at times. This means that the output of many portable power stations isn't suitable. Thankfully, our Aferiy P210 Power Station, which you can see a full review of linked up here and in the video notes, has a 25 amp 12 volt outlet which we'll be using. When installing your heater, you have the option to use the supplied dedicated fuel tank, or you can tap into the diesel tank of your vehicle. Today we'll just be using this can of diesel. First thing we need to do is prime the fuel. On this model, to do that, all you need to do is hold down the up and down arrows and the fuel pump will run. As you can see, this is drawing the fuel along the fuel line towards the heater. Once primed, we can switch on the heater and it will run through its startup phase. The ticking you can hear is the fuel pump. We initially see a little bit of smoke from the exhaust on ignition, but this disappears quickly as the heater warms up. After a few minutes, we can see substantial heat from the heating outlet. Here you can see the importance of ensuring the exhaust is mounted away from anything compostable as it gets very hot. But the outer case of the heater remains a nice safe temperature. Here's an idea of the effectiveness of the heater in real time. With this model, we also have the luxury of Bluetooth control using the H-Calorie app. This lets us change the heat settings of the heater, or we can switch modes to the temperature setting where the thermostat in the control panel will control the heater. And we can also change the heater into high altitude mode if we find ourselves up in the mountains, which corrects the fuel mixture for the lower oxygen levels. We can also use the simple remote control to turn the heater on and off and change the levels, all of which can also be controlled on the panel itself. An important thing to remember is to allow the heater to go through its shutdown process without disconnecting the power to it. This can take a few minutes. Within the app you can also set schedules for the heater, access the full installation manual in case you misplace the paper one, and control the fan in the heater without the heat being on, which is great for getting some moving air in the summer to keep cool. So we hope that's a help for anyone considering a diesel heater, and if you think the Croak F1 is a good choice for you, then you can find the link in the video description along with our discount code. Thanks for watching our video, and as always, if you have any questions or feedback, please pop them in the comments below. If you find the video useful, please like, share and consider subscribing.